As most of you know, my name is Blake Harold. I'm sure most of you have been asked the question at some point in your life if your glass is half empty or half full. And basically what I'm going to be talking about today is just several circumstances and situations that have been presented to me in my life that made me change my answer to that question. So I'm going to be talking about gratitude and basically all the blessings of my life that taught me lessons about life and being thankful for things. So when I was a sophomore, I got handed a car. Basically, my dad handed me a 2000 Honda Accord, and I didn't have to work for it or anything. It just got put in front of me, and so when I got my license, I just drove. And of course, being a 16-year-old guy, I thought I was a great driver and everything, and I thought I was invincible. And a month after I got my license, I got in a fender bender and bent up the front hood of the car, lied about the accident to my parents because I had people in the car with me and I wasn't supposed to. And it was a bad ordeal. So basically my dad said I had to pay for it, and it costed $1,000, and I had a job at the time. And basically what I was doing when I was working was just saving and saving and saving so I could eventually pay for this hood of a car that I messed up. And it really sucked. But at the same time, I was thinking, you know, I got this car handed to me, and I screwed up and got in an accident. It was my fault. And now I was finally taking responsibility for it and paying for it myself. And it really made me appreciate the fact that I got the car just handed to me. And it wasn't, you know, it was a very humbling experience paying for it on my own, and it taught me a lot. So, and the second thing I would talk about that just made me extremely appreciative throughout my life is my family. And my family is it's kind of unconventional. I mean, I guess it's more conventional now, but my parents got divorced when I was 4, and my dad and my stepmom are very uptight, kind of strict, very conservative, very Christian. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but I mean, sometimes you take it to a point where it's not great. And then my mom's side is more lenient. They kind of let me do whatever I want. So I came from 2 different upbringings. And basically, what that taught me was that parents are all different. They're just people, you know. A lot of people that grow up under their parents, they tend to think their parents are right, and their parents have the one view. But what this taught me about having split up parents is that it basically gave me 2 different viewpoints of life. My dad and my stepmom have been trying to raise me a certain way, and my mom and stepdad another way. And it kind of made me just blossom into my own person, and I didn't really, it taught me that I shouldn't worry about what other people think, you know, that I should basically do what makes me happy and not try and please everybody else. So, yeah, having divorced parents, I would say, is definitely a blessing to me. Like, I'm thankful for that because it taught me a lot, and I don't view myself as a victim or anything because my parents got divorced. I think it taught me a lot. And then the last thing that made me extremely appreciative of just my life in general was coming here to ASU. I'm from sunny Los Angeles, where everything is just great. The weather's perfect, the beaches are amazing, and it's just awesome. And coming out here, not like this is bad here, but it certainly made me appreciate my home and being by the ocean and everything. And you know, I've made a lot of friends here, but I definitely miss my friends back home, and I miss my family. And just everything that it took for me to come here, paying out-of-state tuition, you know, I'm just so grateful to my parents for doing that. And I don't know, I'd say coming out to college has just really made me step back and look at my life in a different way. And I kind of realized that time has gone extremely fast, and it's continuing to go fast. This freshman year is almost over, and I can't believe it. It actually makes me sad sometimes because I feel like I'm going to be an adult, and I don't want to be a full-blown adult yet. So basically, all I can do now is appreciate everything I have. And you know, I've said this multiple times in this class. If you take anything that's handed to you in your life, or any situation that you stumble upon in your life, if you accept it and you know that it's there, and if you can't change it, if you have to do something, if you have to do it, then there's no reason to complain because you just have to. You might as well just do it and try and find anything good that can come out of it. And that's basically how I've I've changed my attitude with my life. I've basically viewed my life now with my glass half full instead of half empty. So basically everything I come across, I try and find the good in instead of the bad. And it's really changed me as a person. It's made me much happier. Like, I don't even know the last time I really got mad. I just am not like a mad person anymore. It's kind of a waste of an emotion. But I even take little things like this birthmark on my face. I'm sure like not that many of you have noticed it. It used to be darker, but it goes all the way along here. And I used to be really self-conscious about it. Like, oh, why do I have this? Like, oh, I'm so ugly and everything. And until I saw somebody with like one of those huge red vascular birthmarks on their face that like came all the way down, and I looked at that and I was like, wow, I'm complaining about this, you know, a little bit darker pigmentation on my face when certain people have, you know, a lot of things that they're probably self-conscious about. So now instead of calling it a birthmark, I call it a trademark. So it's my trademark. It sets me apart. That's kind of how I flip it and make it good. So I hope after hearing this, you guys will go out in your life and try and see everything as a glass half full instead of half empty.